The new FM 101.9. I'm Marilee Kelly. With me in the music hall today, the nucleus of Timbuk 3. Welcome to Pat McDonald and Barbara Kay.
Thanks, Marilee.
Nice to have you with us. Actually, until 3 or 4 years ago, it was really just the two of you. You were the nucleus, you were the band, plus a boombox. Now, these days, you're working as a four-piece unit. Been making records since 1986. That's when Greetings from Timbuk 3 came out. Since then, I guess some geographical relocation. Wisconsin, New York City, Austin, Texas. You living in Austin now?
Yeah, we've been living in Austin for about 10 years. We basically relocated to Austin when we started Timbuk 3. We started Timbuk 3 in Madison, Wisconsin. Just played on the streets of New York for a week, just to see, if our boombox had enough bass to it.
That would be the place to test it out, I think.
And then we moved to Texas, where the weather was warmer, so we could survive for longer periods of time on the street if we had to.
So at least since 1986, at least you've been making records. Of course, early on, the big hit with The Future So Bright, I Gotta Wear Shades, and a brand new album. It's on High Street Records. It's called 100 Lovers, and it's also the name of this song.
Right. All right.
100 lovers dressed in red, 100 lovers lying in my bed, 100 lovers, my big surprise, 100 lovers peer through her eyes. 100 lovers, that's what I said. 100 lovers dance in her head. Demons taunt her, spirits guide her. 100 lovers all inside her. She's 23 goddesses, couple of queens, a half a dozen sirens of the silver screen, and 69 bathing beauties lying in the sun. 100 lovers rolled into one. A 100 lovers, all looking fine. 100 lovers, all mine. 100 lovers with all their charms. 100 lovers lie in my arms. 100 lovers lie in my arms. She's 23 goddesses, a couple of queens, half a dozen sirens of the silver screen, and 69 bathing beauties lying in the sun.
Beloved Lovers, that's new from Timbuk 3, and from the band with us in the music hall today, Pat and Barbara. Minus the boombox, replaced by a big clunky boot, and what do you call that you're stomping on there?
That's my my stomp board.
Oh, it's really called a stomp board?
Yeah, I guess.
Now, other than ditching the boombox, what is different about Timbuk 3 that's changed on this new album?
Well, we do have the rest of the band makes an appearance. There's Wally Ingram, who plays drums, lives here in Los Angeles. He used to live with us in Madison, Wisconsin, and played in a band that we had before Timbuk 3. And then, of course, Courtney Audain, our bass player, who's from Trinidad, and he adds not only, some great bass playing, but he's a fantastic percussionist, too. And he's done some steel drum playing on some earlier work that we've done, but a multitasking human being, that Courtney.
But you still pull it off as a duo. I actually saw you down in New Orleans last week playing at the House of Blues, just the
That's
two
right.
of you.
Yep. Sometimes, right now, we're doing I guess what you call a kind of a promotional tour where we're, popping into some radio stations and record stores around the country. And I think that we'll probably put the band on the road starting in early May.
Oh, great.
So then, we'll come back through and play a gig.
As a duo, there's a very nice, quirky dynamic between the two of you. And I want to go back for a minute to The Future's So Bright, I Gotta Wear Shades. That's what got you to that next level. And it was such instant success. Now, that's got to be weird enough for a band, but how did that affect you as a couple?
As like a couple, like friends and married couple and all that kind of thing?
Couple.
Well, I guess I got to get closer on the mic. I'll tell you, I really don't know. I mean, we've had a lot of stressful times related to demands of being on the road and playing music, and
Used to be the only places we'd play were Austin and Fort Worth, wherever we had a babysitter. But with the success of that first record, we found ourselves doing a lot more traveling, and that takes it's really exciting, but it's also got a lot of stress involved. And I think we've just weathered through all the ups and downs of it. I mean, we're still together and still pretty happy and making music and making records. So
we get to go to all these great places, these like exciting kind of romantic places. Yeah, but I mean, half the time we're actually able to enjoy them,
Well, that's good because you've always got somebody with you who you can at least complain to or enjoy together with it.
I'll take the enjoyment over the complaining, but I'll take both.
Now, with that instant success, the Grammys are coming up this week. What you were nominated for a Grammy back in the 80s. What was it for?
We were nominated for Best New Artist in, I guess, 86 or something.
Do you remember who got it that year?
Bruce Hornsby got it that year.
Well, he certainly shook off the curse because there is that curse of winning the Best New Artist, and then, Christopher Cross, whatever happened to him? Taste of Honey.
Wow. I don't know. I have no idea.
Maybe they're doing commercials now. I don't know.
Did the Future, the Shade song, was that a commercial at one point? Or did I
No.
hallucinate that?
Not at least with our permission.
Yeah,
No.
you would not grant permission to something like that.
We've never
No.
let our songs be used for commercial purposes.
Somebody used it to advertise sort of a technical school or something, and we heard about it, and we had them stop, and we went after them and made them stop. But there have been a lot of offers for that song to be used in different.
Everybody from Disneyland and the Army to sunglasses and toothpaste.
Really ridiculous stuff.
Well, here's an offer for you. Could you play it for us now in the music hall and remind us
Only
what
if
all the
we
buzz
can-
is about?
Only if we can do our new verse.
Oh,
along.
please.
All right.
Let's see.
Timbuk 3, by the way, with us in the music
I
hall.
think I use the same harmonica for this. No.
I'm
Okay.
glad you remembered.
nuclear science. I love my classes. I got a crazy teacher, he wears dark glasses. Things are going great, they're only getting better. Doing alright, getting good grades, the future's so bright. Got a job waiting for my graduation, 50,000 a year, I'll buy a lot of beer. Oh boy, things are only getting better. Doing alright, getting good grades, the future's so bright. Gotta wear shades, shades. I'm heavenly blessed, worldly wise. I'm a peeping Tom techie with X-ray eyes. Things are going great, and only getting better. Doing alright, getting good grades. The future's so bright. Gotta wear shades, shades. Boom. Blowing up the lab, blowing the professor. Torn between two evils, I always pick the lesser. Doing alright, getting good grades. The future's so bright. I gotta wear shades, 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 shades.
Timbuk 3 in the music hall with us. You know, I think to some extent there's a similarity between that and 100 Lovers. Very musically easy to swallow song, kind of smart-ass lyrics. But I get the feeling there's something darker going on under all that. It's not just a sing-along frat boy song.
Well,
Thank you. Thank you very much.
What is going on there? What's going on inside your heads?
Oh, I don't know. It's all a jumbled mess.
well, you know, for this song, for Shades, of course, is, you know, written kind of as a joke.
This was like a mid-'80s Reagan era kind of a sort of a making fun of the situation song at the time, and it came from a lot of anger too, but dealt with in a more of a
You know, anybody who could, you know,
humorous
work towards
way.
getting a job that blows things up just because they're going to make a lot of money, you know. We do have a little bit of a cynical side, I guess. But I think that in our club performances when we were just starting out, I think everybody perceived that aspect of the song, and it was real popular in the clubs. And then when it hit the radio and you take it out of the context of the other type of songs we play and place it in a format, a top 40 or whatever, I think that it was real easy for the message to get overlooked and to just sound like some kind of a yuppie anthem or something. But I was really happy when I heard KSCA, you know, nail it on on his top 40 countdown one day. You know, he's a political activist, and he, you know, got the message of the song, and he made sure that that other people who were listening understood its intent as well.
Yeah, he just told it right there in the top 40 countdown. He said, "This song is about this."
Make no mistake.
Yeah.
And whoever would have known, you know? I don't think any of us knew Casey had that in him. So
Yeah, we've
I didn't until then, and then since then we've, you know, heard about him getting arrested,
out of the
stepping out of his limo at demonstrations and
the
stuff.
nuclear test sites in Nevada.
Yeah.
And
Great. Well, Timbuk 3 stirring things up still with the new album, 100 Lovers. I don't even want to touch that one. That could be a whole 90s revolution. The album and the song are both called 100 Lovers on High Street Records. And you mentioned that you'll be back with full band, Timbuk 4, in May. Is that right?
Yeah, well, I'm not sure if we'll be here in Los Angeles, if we're going to start, where we're going to start touring. That's kind of up to our, you know, the other powers that be. We just...
And our booking agent trying to get it routed right, but we'll be back here for sure.
All right, we'll get the scoop and we'll pass the word along.
All right,
Thank you
thanks.
to Pat and Barbara for being in the music hall this afternoon.
Our pleasure.